With just over a year remaining before the 2020 U.S. presidential elections, there are still more than a dozen candidates vying for the Democratic Party's nomination. Hawaii correspondent Mio Cenas focuses on one of the youngest candidates who's struggling to stay the course while confronted with recent resistance from her own party and her own constituents. Mio?
Well, wow. I was a little bit shocked by that statement. I feel like Tulsi Gabbard is still a freshman legislator.
I believe that she has the passion, the respect, the confidence, the care, and also the aloha to run for the country's top job.
Tulsi Gabbard's political career began right here in Hawaii State Capitol in 2002. Fast forward 2 decades later, she's setting her sights on the highest office in the nation. Born in American Samoa in 1981, Tulsi was elected to the Hawaii State House when she was just 21 years old, becoming the youngest person ever elected in the Aloha State. A year later, she enlisted in the Hawaii Army National Guard, and in 2004, Gabbard volunteered to deploy in Iraq, becoming the first state official to voluntarily step down from public office to serve in a combat zone. She still serves in Hawaii Army National Guard, holding the rank of major. In 2010, Tulsi Gabbard was elected to the Honolulu City Council. 2 years later, she was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, serving Hawaii's 2nd District, which includes all the neighbor islands and areas outside of Honolulu. She became one of the first 2 female combat veterans to ever serve in the U.S. Congress, as well as the first Samoan and also the first Hindu member. In 2016, she gained recognition on the national stage when she stepped down as vice chairman of the Democratic National Committee in order to support the presidential campaign of Senator Bernie Sanders. In January of this year, during an interview with CNN, Tulsi Gabbard announced that she would challenge Donald Trump for president in 2020. Here's a mixed reaction from Hawaii residents.
I would say that less than 25% of the country knows who Tulsi Gabbard really is. She is a very smart woman. She has come very far very quickly, but still I feel that to be a president of the United States, you need to have a lot more seasoning amongst your constituents. I think she's done a good job here in Hawaii. I'm only disappointed that she would not debate other candidates. So that has always bothered me a little bit, but I have voted for her in the past.
Representative Gabbard knows about protecting our economy. What industry drives Hawaii's economy? It's the tourism industry that creates job opportunities for small businesses to grow. If you remember back in October 2018, Representative Gabbard joined the workers of Waikiki Hotel Union Local 5 at the picket line. She believes that because the cost of living here in Hawaii is pretty high, people should not be working 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet. She's an original co-sponsor of the Raise the Wage Act. That means she supported legislation to raise the federal minimum wage while she is still in Congress. Representative Gabbard continues to work day in and day out just to ensure that we have a sustainable economy that will help the people of Hawaii.
According to a recent survey by Public Policy Polling based in North Carolina, registered Democratic voters in Gabbard's own congressional district believe that, quote, she should drop out of the race and that she's likely to have trouble winning the nomination for another term in the next House next year, end of quote. Hawaii State Senator and fellow Democrat Kai Kahele is currently challenging Gabbard's congressional seat in Hawaii's 2nd District. A couple of weeks later, during a podcast interview, former Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton claimed that Russia has, quote, an eye on somebody who is currently in the Democratic primary and grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians, end of quote. Gabbard immediately responded with a series of video and written tweets, including this one.
People warned me in 2016 that my endorsement of Bernie Sanders would be the end of my quote-unquote political career. They said Clinton will never forget that she and her rich and powerful friends, her allies in politics and in the media, will make sure that you are destroyed. They've tried to destroy my reputation and my lifetime of service because I stood up to them. I've spent over 16 years of my life proudly serving in the Army National Guard. I still serve as a major today. But if they can falsely portray me as a traitor, then they can do it to anyone. And in fact, that's exactly the message that they want to get across to you. They will not intimidate us. They will not silence us. We are not here just to protest their corruption. I am running for president to take the Democratic Party and our country back from the corrupt elite. I'm running for president to bring about a new Democratic Party and new leadership that will fight for peace, fight for the people, and protect our planet. So I want to ask every single one of you to join me in speaking truth to power. Don't be afraid. Let's root out the corruption in our party and our country. Join me to end the war machine's stranglehold over our leaders and ensure that our government is truly of the people, by the people, and for the people.
At present, Tulsi Gabbard trails behind front-runners like former Vice President Joe Biden, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, and Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. The first primary elections will be the Iowa caucuses on February 3rd, 2020. Reporting from Honolulu, Hawaii, I'm Mio Senas for Eagle News, 1 with 25.